And this time to start.
Okay, colleagues, good afternoon again. Let me share my screen. Okay. Can you see it?
Yes.
Yeah. So, first of all, let me thank you, the team, for your hospitality, for your openness and positive attitude during this audit. This is very appreciated. And the purpose of today's meeting actually to inform you about the result of the audit. It's a final ratings. And within 45 days from the closing meetings, you need to develop corrective action plan and approve it before you, and you will upload it in Cosmos database. Also, still it is draft report, and you will receive final report within 10 working days from today. However, rating kept the same. Only what we can change, it's some wording for more accuracy or clarification. Okay, so let me start from findings. I will go briefly because I hope more or less we're all aware about what is the finding, what is the evidences. However, if you have some questions or comments, please feel free to interrupt me and we can briefly discuss. First finding is related to fall protection, and it is rated as a major, unfortunately. Mainly related to your contractor's activities on site. Initially, if you remember, it was major finding on contractor's manager, but after some clarification, we decided to put it under full protection because in general, what I wanted to say, your contractor's management is quite good. Process overall is quite good. You have very good procedure to manage contractors. You start by assessment on safety starting from beginning. There is very good electrical installation in your contractor areas. Apart from fall protection, because what we saw that you have installation and usage of scaffolding in various territories of your plant. Height of scaffolding is more than 2 meters. In some cases, like injection area, it's more than 7 meters. And part of the scaffolding will having missing of elements like a standing platform, standard railing. However, people working on this scaffolding, we're using lanyard. Full body harness with lanyard approximately 1.5 meters and shock absorber. And this type of equipment is not suitable for some of activities which we perform. Why? Because in case of fall, there is additional force while person is falling, which can actually collapse your scaffolding in general. Also, there is a risk if you work at height less than 6 meters, there is a risk that people simply hit the ground and your contractor's full body harness will not help. So this is the main observation. In some cases, also contractors were not attaching their lanyard in proper place. For example, in one case it was on ground level, which also increasing the risk in case of fall. In addition to this, provided rescue plan is very formal and does not include specific activities in case of person fall. For example, again, coming back to your injection area, it's very important to have proper rescue plan because saving person from height, it's not an easy task, and you need to to clearly, and your contractors need clearly understand all actions which we will do, how we will reach out to this person, how we transport it, what we should do, what we should not do. Everything, all of this must be very clearly described. Also, what we saw, there is only 2 people who are in your rescue team, on contractor rescue team, are trained on fall protection and rescuing activities, part of this training program. And also what we saw, contractors when were using a lot of portable tools with them. However, there is no controls to prevent falling of these portable tools from the scaffolding, and it's also creates hazard for the people downstairs. This is part 4 contractor, and as I said, I also combine it with fall protection observation related to the plant activities. First observation, what we saw, it's loading of resin in the hopper in your injection area. Operator must, according to your instruction, which is posted in this area, operator must clean the surface of hopper from residual materials. According to this instruction, he steps on unguarded platform, which is 2 meter height, more than 2 meters height. However, there is no information about PPE to be used for this task, and based on the picture in this instruction, there is no PPE used at all. Next, it's about full sailing of your water line and T5 in the area of air conveyor. This area and access to full sailing does not have clear warning signs about potential fragile surface. Apart from it, in January 24, there was accident in this area involving fall from work, fall of a person while working there. This area is locked and segregated from this fragile surfaces, segregated from safe area, let's say, with railing. However, again, there is no warning labels and there is no clear understanding, because when we discussed about this fall sailing, it was said, okay, there is an area which is fall sailing, and this is which is fragile, and this is not fragile. But what we saw, even in the area which you don't consider as fragile, there is some elements of lighting, and if you step on it, there is also risk of falling. Yeah, also plant employees must check the sealing of incoming fructose syrup trucks. For this, they need to climb on the roof of the truck, which is over 2 meters height. Safety harness with lanyard and shock absorber is used to prevent the fall during this activity. Anchorage point used is on ground level, which create risk of person hitting the ground in case of fall. So this again, what we discussed for contractors is type of lanyard and fall protection device is not correct for these activities as well. Okay, any questions for this finding?
Only a comment. Thank you, Denny. A comment for the team. I mean, they were telling me that they had to show you something. They were able to show it, Ketipom, everybody in the call. No.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's Nick here. I didn't hear the question. Sorry, say again.
No. There was some documents they wanted to show. They were about the assessment of how the lanyard thing is.
Did you see the calculation of the scaffolding
Scaffolding, I saw that there is maximum load for 1 square meter of scaffolding. Yes, there is calculation.
They show that already?
Yes, for this, yes. But I didn't specify anything about scaffolding itself. Scaffolding, it's okay.
Oh.
You have proper documents for scaffolding structure. But the point is about using elements of scaffolding as the anchorage point, which normally is prohibited. I don't know. In some cases, maybe it can be used, but not how you
Yeah,
do
I mean, it depends whether it is used during construction or during working, because when you are constructing a scaffold, you have to use the element as a support. That's the only way, because you're
Yes.
reaching a height, right?
Yes, Alat, I can, and I already promised to the plan team as well, I can share later some safe practices, how to do it in safe manner. Just briefly to explain, if you have to use scaffolding elements of as anchorage point, it definitely should not be this type of full body harness and lanyard. This first, and the second, ideally, it should be positioning system when we may perform construction. Again, what is the purpose is to prevent additional force when person falls from scaffolding.
No, that's understandable. What I'm trying to understand is not to keep it vague, because it is written there at the end of the day. Is that what is it about? Like, is it about working? Is it about construction? So that needs to be made clear probably later in the report. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
but
when you say that there is no documentation or there is no information available for the permissible load for the scaffold, it confuses a lot of people. Like, are we putting the scaffold in the wrong way? Is the distance between the beams is wrong or right or what? Because the standard, you buy right scaffolds, the pipes should have certifications, and then there is a way to construct it, and that there is only one way to construct that. There is no different ways of constructing it. And then where you put the lanyard is important, of course. They should look into the height. They should not be putting it lower. That part is clear. I understand it. I just want to be sure, particularly to Kitty Boom and the plant team, that they understand what would be the action they will have to take after this finding. Is it clear to everybody? Noon, this includes you as well.
Yes,
No,
I think
well,
I
it's not.
understand.
I'm not clear what we should be doing immediately that's different. So, by the way, I'm not challenging the finding. Okay, so I've got some comments I'll take back to the team when I'm on site tomorrow. But the question for me would be, as the project work continues for the balance of the year, and there'll be a lot of it, and there'll be a lot of scaffolding, is my bet. How do I do this differently that meets the standard?
Yeah, I mean, not to take a lot of time, I 100% agree with you. The point is that just put some clarity here, Denise, in terms of what was we are stating and what is the right way, as you shared, if there is a right way, because otherwise they will not be taking any action out of the certain statement. So it should be very clear that what learning the team is going to take from it and what they're going to apply it, as Nick said.
well, colleagues, just very briefly, as I said, what you can do now. The first, what you can do, instead of this lanyard, standard lanyard, which is more than 1 meter, you can buy special self-retracting devices, which are available, I think, in Thailand, and it's not so expensive. This is the first option. Second option for construction of scaffolding, what you can do, there is special positioning system. It's very simple. It sounds complicated, but actually it's very simple. It's lanyard, which has adjusted length, and you simply wrap it around the scaffolding element and attach to your full body harness. The difference of this positioning system and lanyards which you use but there is no free fall distance and additional forces and additional risks related to this in case of person fall. Again, I can show the pictures. If you're not aware of this, I can show the pictures. I'll copy a lot to you as well.
Yeah, that would be helpful. Yeah, because Dennis, I think we are all going in the same direction, and that is that what more control we can build properly if there is any gap, right? So that's what we are trying to do, because there's going to be a lot of project. Nick is right. It's a big project that's going to further unfold in this site.
The other question I've got, Dennis, is if we take away the number 5 and number 6 on here for a second, and to a certain extent number 7, do we need to maybe pause all working at height at the project level until we have something more solid as a safe framework or a simple safe framework to work from height? Because I'm really concerned. The way it reads is we're just not in control, and it wouldn't be a major if we were in some sort of control, but it kind of reads like we are not doing the right thing, and we're not nearly doing the right thing. It's high risk.
Well, Nick, for me, having existing equipment, it's not possible to perform these activities in safe manner. I'll be very clear for this, because as I also was trying to explain to your team several times, that this full body harness and this lanyard, it has very limited capabilities and capacities to perform work in safe manner. Plus to this not safe practice to have this scaffolding, this type of scaffolding, let's say. Yes, for me, prior to restart the works with scaffolding, you need to have proper equipment in place.
Okay, then that's a very clear signal, Kunmak, that we have to stop any activity involving scaffold until we've got something suitable. I don't see any way that we should have nobody on scaffolding now.
Yeah, at this moment we already stop work at high activity until we solve this problem.
Excellent. Okay, I think that's good, and we need to put out a pause on any working from height permits, because we're not allowed to work from height. That also means working at height without scaffolding, so climbing on top of things is banned. Yeah. So anything where your feet are not touching the ground, or a purpose-built platform with guardrails, is a suspended activity for the time being. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, clear. That's fine. The question is, I don't know how we restart until we get some sort of harness that works at below 2 meters. That's my problem. I really need to find a way of restarting work safely.
We can help you find it, but I think that's why I'm saying that, maybe if I wrote it in the chat box as well, not to take too much time, is that maybe let's look at all the pictures that Denise has, especially the ones on the.
The other thing is, I'd like to reopen point number 6 with the plant team, because I saw the corrective actions from the incident in January 2024, and it was fixed. So I don't understand why it's not now. So we definitely have to do more to understand number 6, and I think number 7 we should have a solution in play anyway. So let's get that on the discussion list for Monday in the safety meeting, because that now needs to take precedence.
For the number 6, right? Actually, we put the warning sign right at the fragile area, but some of the area like lighting right, at the top of the lighting, right? That's when
Sorry, I didn't see warnings on in this area. That's why, yeah, maybe there is some, but I didn't see, to be honest.
Yeah, no, that's I think what Kun Pisad is saying is that we didn't go far enough on the area that we covered. Maybe is that correct, Kun Pisad?
correct.
Okay. So we can add this.
Okay, colleagues, do you have any other comments or questions regarding this finding? Okay. Hazardous energy control, it's rated as a minor. Overall, you have a very good program in place for minor intervention, for lockout, tagout, very good equipment-specific procedures. However, there is 2 points where you need to improve. First, about using of job devices. It's one-handed devices, and it must be very clearly defined the rules what you should not do when using this jock mode, specifically not touching rotating equipment. Also, I would review additional precautions to prevent reactivation of equipment from setup mode to operational, especially having in mind that most of your lines are equipped with interlocks of level 2. And there is need for detailed risk assessment and controls for works on pipeline with hazardous substances which require line breaking permit. Because currently you have form, but in my opinion, understanding of line breaking is quite generic, and there is not clear what specific controls and activities will be performed in case of actual work on this type of piping. Again, from my side, I can share with you for your information some interesting programs, procedures from different industries. I'm not saying that you must implement it, because these industries are very, let's say, different from our. But for general understanding of precautions, of potential risks, of what is line breaking, I think it will help. Any comments or questions here? Okay. Traffic routes, it's a minor finding. Controls to prevent collision of forklift and pedestrians are not complete. Specifically in production zone, we saw in several locations there is forklifts working in pedestrian zone, which can lead to collision, and the intersection and crossing point between pedestrian ways and forklift movement zones in finished good warehouse are not equipped with additional controls such as convex mirrors or some advanced controls like motion sensors. Machine safeguarding is also rated as a minor. There are several cases of missing safeguarding element of production line. The main problem here, this is your RGB line, which is very old design and itself quite dangerous. Caser of RGB line is not guarded from backside, which can lead to risk because you can easily access to moving elements of machine. Side panels of the same of RGB line caser, which cover access to moving parts of this equipment, are not equipped with locks or interlocks. Additionally, during inspection, one of side panels, one of these panels was open, and this can lead to an accident. Also, chain drives of RGB line conveyor are open. As a note, I added that everywhere warning labels are present, which is good. Sagging belts on moving conveyors, fan on production area. Also added a note that it's not in use now. And conveyor of glass line had removed protective glass, side glass. And there is also access to moving rollers. Next is related to your racks. Racks in the finished good warehouse area have multiple damages and deformation of vertical elements. However, they still in use, and inspection of these racks by external company was not conducted because it were installed less than 1 year ago. However, internal inspection is done, but there is no information about activities which were performed or planned to be performed when indicating that these racks are damaged. Normally, what you should do, if you see that your rack is damaged, you need to have clear criteria, in which case this must be unloaded and prohibited to use until repair, because otherwise it can have a risk of collapse of these racks, and it's quite dangerous. And last finding is related to electrical safety. Overall, you have very good electrical program in place. However, there is some improvement opportunities which you can do. First of all, testing of GFCI. You tested only with test bottom. However, there is no documented test result confirming that equipment effectively trips at set leakage current at 30 milliamperes. Also, you have very good PPE, actually a lot of good PPE for arc flash protection. You have class 2, class 4 PPE. But strangely, it's not used by your electricians. So they show me protective boots, which visibly never worn. Show me the pants, which visibly never worn, and not clear when you use it. And also, plant staff is not always aware of specific properties of PPEs they use. For example, when I asked about the gloves, there was some misunderstanding of why these gloves are needed, because arc flash protection gloves do not protect against electrical shock. They protect only against arc flash. So it's not substitution of the electric gloves. And the electric gloves the same. They do not protect from arc flash, and it's not substitution for arc flash. And last point, there is no confirmation of regular inspection by electrician for visual control of grounding and condition of electrical equipment. Again, you did very well job regarding grounding system, regarding condition of your electrical equipment, and for me this is important to have some periodic checks, at least visual checks of physical condition of your installation, because these grounding wires, they from time to time they must be fixed, and the similar is related to your equipment.
Well, is it, Denny, is a question, is it about putting a visual control? Because
visual inspection
on top of the grounding testing.
Yeah, grounding testing is performed on annual basis, but normally what is required is to have some checks at some frequency for visual condition of equipment. In some countries it's required by a local regulation. In some countries it's not required. But yeah, I would put it as improvement opportunity.
Okay.
Okay, this is it for safety, and there is also free improvement opportunity for environmental part. First, it's about your EOSH performance. You have 4 LPG forklifts, but information about fuel usage by them is not entered in Cosmos system. You have refilling of HFC refrigerant in 2024, and it also must be input in the system. And the third point is about anaerobic system, whereas methane is released during this process. You don't collect this gas, but these emissions formally you also need to report because it's climate affecting the climate. Yeah. For SVA. Also improvement opportunity, there is no documented plan which covering all potential risks which are identified in SVA. As a note, I added when we went through these risks and actions, it was very well explained by the plant team what is done to mitigate this risk. So that's why I put it as improvement opportunity. And also USVA is not complete because currently it's covering only your risks related to water sources, but not covering risks related to capability or capacity of your water treatment system and of your wastewater treatment system. As we discussed, SVA is not only about water source. SVA is about the whole process related to your water, from source to transportation, treatment, and wastewater treatment.
So on this, quick question to Tharpong, if he is in the call, is that we don't have WMPs, Tharpong?
Don't have what?
WMPs.
No, not yet.
Let
me have a
look.
look.
Then this, yeah, because if you don't have a WMP, then this point will also be like another question is that can you send me the copy of your latest SVA and check it whether why is it not covering everything? Because it's a standard template, right? So there's a standard list for everybody. Yeah. So how come it's not covering it is the question.
Yeah.
So for example, the requirement that we send to you guys normally have 18 elements. So they just have to cover 18 elements. They cannot just randomly miss it from in between, right?
Yeah, that was a surprise to me too. Let me check with the team. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and last improvement opportunities related to climate protection. You have on site Freon equipment which containing HCFC Freon and various HFC Freon. However, there is no documented plan on this equipment replacement by models with lower global warming potential. So formally, if you have this old type of Freon and equipment, you need to have a formal place. Company does not require you to replace it immediately. However, it should be some kind of long-term plan, what you will replace at first row, what second, and so on. This is it for the findings. Now about safety redesign pillars. So for safety redesign pillars, based on because of fall protection major for core compliance, it meet with exception in 20 points. Capability I put as implemented and 10 points. Life-saving rules in progress 5 points, mainly because of fall protection and contractor management related topic. Specifically, you need to review effectiveness of your pre-work risk assessment because this is one of actually let's say tools which designed to have proper controls and understanding of risks which you plan to do for activities which you plan to do. Call to action management, I put it as a general action. However, I think that your action plan specifically to line breaking must be more detailed and specify responsibilities for action implementation. Because what we saw for line breaking call to action, there is very big ask from corporate that you need to do this, that. And from your side, you defined very simple action to review SOP, working instruction, and as responsible, it was stated all managers. For me, it's not effective way to perform preventive action plan and corrective action plan, because you, if you want to, at least from my experience, if you want to have a proper action plan, it must be detailed. It must specify clear who is responsible for what and clear deadlines. For CFP, I also put it as a 5 because normally per month you have identified one near miss, which is also CFP, and this is during the year. For me, it's not much, let's say, because even during our plant tour, the week I was here, I saw at least one near miss, and I think there was more. If you take a look for your CCTV cameras, some records, I think you will find that you have much more near misses than one per month. For leadership commitment and employee engagement, I put it as a 10. You have great leadership commitment. You have very good employee engagement. Maybe one comment here that I would still, as improvement opportunity, involve more your shop floor employees, specifically in such programs like near miss reporting and behavioral based safety program. BBS program, it's not just for identification of unsafe acts by your management team. BBS program, one of the main reasons for this program and aims is to involve shop floor employees and train them how to identify unsafe situations, and by this involve them in safety process, yes, and increasing safety culture. Internal audit program is very good, very well designed, so 10 points. And total score is 70 points, which means for safety meet with exception, environmental part meet, and overall performance rating meet with exception. This is it from my side. Any questions, comments?
Hi, Dennis. It's Nick here.
Hello, Nick.
Dennis, I'm sorry I can't be with you today in the closing meeting, but you know I promised to attend remotely. I want to thank you very much for your high level of diligence during the audit. I learned a lot from the interaction and the work that you did, and you personally pointed out a near miss which we've thoroughly investigated with an independent person from the plant coming in to look into it, and we actually found that the two near misses, there's two near misses, not just one. So that proves your point that we should be identifying more than one near miss a month. I think that's fair. I'm not going to comment on major, minor, IO. That's not my job. My job is to take that and work with the team to significantly improve safety. I had a chat with Kunmak, who runs our engineering department, and we confirmed that we've suspended all working from height activities in the project areas. That includes in other plants. Until we can satisfy ourselves of how we can return to work in a safe way. So I think that's the first thing that we can do. I would say as well, thank you to the plant teams. We know the best way of approaching an audit is to let the auditor work and be transparent and provide the details. I hope that that's what the team will do. I think that's what the team do generally. The team is good in Rangsit, and I know they will want to improve as well. So I know it's never easy to have an unannounced audit, but I'm very proud of the way the team have responded, and it's nice that you also recognise that there's commitment from the team in Rangsit too. Where I'm disappointed is the score. I think 70. By the way, this is not for you. This is for me. I would never want to be 70% safe. I would want to be 100% safe. So my main thought at the moment is one of our top 10 must-win battles this year is the quality and safety focus in Rangsit. And I believe, and what I've seen in the last few days, I'm still not satisfied that we're doing as much as we could be doing or should be doing. And this audit reinforces that this is the right action to take. We need to do more. We need to do more. And I also agree that we need to make sure the entire team in Rangsit understands and engages properly with our Because We Care conversation program, which is effectively similar to near misses in the sense that we're having behavioural conversations and we're having conditional observations of safety. So we've got a lot of work still to do. Our focus will not be diluted. We have to work hard. We will not conduct any high risk activity until we're satisfied that we've solved the challenge on working from height. I think also we did pretty well solving some of the other problems earlier in the year around maybe electrical safety. So I'm very pleased that electrical safety is not on this list as an issue. That would have been heartbreaking for me because I know the amount of work that's gone in. I think it's a lot of work we still have to do, but we're committed to do it. Yeah, and we can only improve with very diligent audits like you've just conducted. So thank you, Dennis. And thank you also to the team in Rangsit and also Khun Therdphong's team, the safety team, to accompany us through the last few days. And obviously Awad. I know that Awad will have some comments.
No, I mean, I'm with you. I think that the whole idea is the same. We're all on the same page. The learnings which we get out of this audit help us improve things in a different way and look at the things in a different way. So yeah, the team should understand what is the ask in the finding and how they can implement what is the right corrective action. I think that's the most important thing that I always say in the GAO audits, and it helps us overall understand better, look at it from different angle, and yeah.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Khun P, any comments as site leader?
On behalf of Rangsit team, right, I'd like to thank you, right, good Dennis, right, for help us to assess and let us know the opportunity of the improvement. Right, this will help us to grow, right, and improve, strengthen our safety system in Rangsit. Right, and we committed that we will never stop our improvement, right, for the safety. That's all from me.
Okay, colleagues, if no other questions, again, thank you so much for your hospitality. I can say that it was also very great experience, and I saw a lot of good practices, despite of maybe not good result, at least not result that we all wanted to have. I can say that plant is in very high level. Apart from fall protection, there is a lot of really good practices in place and really good programs. And for me, it was a pleasure to be here. And thank you again for your openness. Thank you.
Enjoy your weekend, Dennis. In
Thank you.
sunny Thailand, it's just started raining, which is a bit unusual. But I hope you have a nice weekend and safe travels back to Central and Eastern Europe, and happy auditing, and looking forward to catching up again in the future.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a nice weekend.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Have a nice weekend, everybody.
Thanks
Thank
so much.
you.